2014 to order. The next item on the agenda is the invocation. I'd ask everybody to stand. Alderman Barnhill will deliver the invocation. Following that, I'll lead in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer tonight. Thank you for this day and for this great nation that we live in. For all the freedoms that we have, we truly give you the blessings for these freedoms. We know that they are part of your blessings. We ask that you be with each of the soldiers and troops that are in foreign countries protecting the freedoms that we cherish and enjoy. We ask that you be with the families because we know how difficult it is to separate families. We also ask that you be with each of us tonight as aldermen, as the leaders of the city of Franklin. Give us spiritual wisdom and guidance that we may make decisions that ultimately affect the direction in which the city will go. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 on the agenda is the opportunity for citizens to express grievances or make statements for items that are not on the agenda. I have 3 requests for speakers at this time. If there's anybody else, they could get them to staff and they'll get them to me. So first on the docket is Matt Dobson. So if you'd come to the podium, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Matt Dobson. My family's lived in or owned land in Williamson County for 6 generations, since the 1840s. I live on a farm in the northwest corner of Hillsborough Road and Barry's Chapel.
I'm sorry, could you speak up into the microphone?
Okay.
Thank
Raise
you.
the microphone. How's that?
That much better. Thank
You want
you.
me to start over?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Matt Dobson. My family has lived in or owned land in Williamson County for 6 generations since the 1840s. I live on a farm in the northwest corner of Hillsborough Road and Barry's Chapel Road. We have about 2,000 feet of Harpeth River frontage. I buy city water from Franklin and am downstream from the Franklin sewer plant. The stretch of the Harpeth downstream of the sewer plant does not meet state water quality standards. This stretch of the Harpeth is designated by the state of Tennessee as impaired. It is degraded or polluted and has been listed since 2002. One of the criteria or causes of this pollution is stated in the state's negative designation as, and I'll quote, municipal point source. That is the Franklin Sewer Treatment Plant's effluent discharge. In order to protect this stretch of the Harpeth, I asked the Board of Mayor and Aldermen what is being done at the Franklin Sewer Treatment Plant that will remove any contributing pollutants discharged into this river, and how are they monitoring or measuring river conditions for these pollutants' impact? Thank you.
Laurie Bruno.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, I am a ratepayer of sewer and drinking water in Franklin and a taxpayer. My name is Laurie Bruno and I live in Fieldstone Farms. I am a member of Paddlers Unlimited, a local paddling group which has over 3,000 members in the immediate area. I am also a member of the Tennessee Scenic River Association. I have participated in volunteer efforts to build a kayak and canoe access area near the Eastern Flank Park. I appreciate the Franklin Parks Department's efforts to increase people's use and access to the river. Now, we need the river to meet water quality standards so that people can use the river safely. I am a kayaker and I am Swiftwater Rescue trained. I kayak just about every weekend year-round. However, I don't paddle the Harpeth from May until October because of the chemical clean pipe odor that prevails during those months due to low river levels and sewer overflow. No one wants to paddle in those conditions. The Harpeth River is dirty with trash, discarded tires, even large appliances. Yes, people really use it as a dump. There is an algae problem in the Harpeth River also. There is the raw sewage that leaks into the river. There are too many leaks, in excess of the state mandated restrictions. In downtown Franklin, behind our Bicentennial Park, you will notice building material like steel beams in the river. This is what we want from our new park goers to see, or instead, should we use the river as an asset to bring even more tax dollars into our economy? The Harpeth River needs a beautification project done to it, because the more beautiful we make the river area, the more people will use it. Having said that, and knowing that we have significant sewer overflows, like the one in April that spilled 65,250 gallons of raw sewage along Pinkerton Park in the Harpeth River, do we need to do any further damage to our natural ecosystem by pulling out more water to deplete and harm our river? No, we don't. Instead, let's make sure the city's plans to expanding sewer treatment makes the Harpeth improve and meet state-required water quality standards. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bruno. John Maddox.
Mayor, Alderman, thank you for your time. Hello, my name is John R. Maddox II. I'm a resident of West Haven, and I'm a taxpayer and a water rate payer. I'm here to ask the mayor and the Board of Aldermen to do everything you can to protect the Harpeth River, abide by state and federal standards for clean water, and ensure that we have a viable river resource now and for years to come. I stand before you as a businessman. I'm the owner and operator of Paddle Dog Adventures. On the weekends during the summer, I rent canoes and kayaks to customers so they can float down the Harpeth River. It is a beautiful river, but more beautiful, more accessible, and better for my patrons in some areas than others. My preferred location is the West Harpeth, from Highway 96 down to Del Rio Pike, because it is cooler, cleaner, and clearer than the main Harpeth. I would like to showcase the Harpeth River in downtown Franklin to my patrons, but low flows, debris, and the presence of the treatment plant deter me from using this section. Over the past few years, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and concerned adults have volunteered their time to actively clean the river by picking up garbage and other flotsam that washes into it. Solid waste, like garbage, is an environmental concern. But public servants like yourself have the greatest influence over the health of the river by abiding by standards that set limits on how much can be taken from it for drinking water and sewage treatment, and how much can be put back in. Garden and Gun magazine recently recognized Franklin as a best southern town. Very proud of that. It'd be great if we had the same distinction that we had a best southern river. I ask you to protect this valuable resource for our community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Maddox. We'll now move to communications from Williamson County Mayor and Williamson County Commission. Seeing nobody here, we'll move on to approval of minutes from August the 12th, 2014 work session and August the 12th, 2014 Board of Mayor and Aldermen.
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion, additions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. I need to go down to the podium now for a few recognitions. For 27 years, Judge Taylor has presided over our city court with great honesty, honor and fairness, and of course honesty also. And as we all know, that he's moving on to a higher job now, and we're very proud that he's served our city so well. And so tonight we want to present him with an award. So Judge Taylor and Andy would like to come up. No, okay.
Just the judge.
So Judge Taylor, thank you for your service. This recognizes your service from April of 1987 till August of 2014. Thank you for your service to the city of Franklin, and good luck as you continue to serve our area in your next judgeship.
Before he leaves, we had a reception for the judge earlier today, and the attendees signed a plaque for him. And I wanted to present that to him so he can take that with him today.
Well, thanks, Sean. I really appreciate it.
I don't ask you to hold this right now because I'm just sitting here and you can take it when you want.
Okay. I just want to tell everyone how much I've appreciated all the attention that I've gotten in the last few days. I've tried to avoid that attention all these years as the city judge, and one of the ways I've done that is by not telling everyone exactly what I thought. So, so the mayor was correct. It was a faux pas for him to say honesty. But this I've said it twice already today, but this is the best job that a lawyer could have in the entire world. It's been such a privilege to work here. I told someone years ago it was like being the judge at Disney World, and that's exactly what it's like. Everything is perfect, and everyone here is. They should feel like it's a privilege to live here, and if they think they should make some corrective measures, well, I encourage everyone to work together, because you're already at the top of the heap, and it's hard to stay up there. But I love everybody here at the City of Franklin. I've never lacked for support in anything that I really wanted to do here, and y'all are a marvelous bunch of people to work with. Thanks so much.
Tom's looking up already.
And I'll leave y'all to the serious business of making the sausage.
He's making the sausage.
And we have one proclamation tonight. Whereas the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection report cancer is the leading cause of death by disease among U.S. children between infancy and age 15. The tragic disease is detected in more than 15,000 of our country's young people each and every year. And I don't know if anybody's here tonight with that organization. If not, we'll keep reading and they can watch on TV. Whereas 1 in 5 of our nation's children loses his or her battle with cancer, many infants, children, and teens will suffer from long-term effects of comprehensive treatment, including secondary cancers. And whereas founded over 20 years ago by Stephen Firestone, a member of the philanthropic Max Factor family, the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection are dedicated to helping these children and their families, whereas the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection provide a variety of patient psychosocial services to children undergoing cancer treatment at Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital, at Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, as well as participating hospitals throughout the country, thereby enhancing the quality of life for these children and their families. And whereas the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection also sponsor Courageous Kid Recognition Awards ceremonies and hospital celebrations in honor of a child's determination and bravery to fight the battle against childhood cancer. I, Dr. Ken Moore, Mayor of the City of Franklin, do hereby urge all citizens to join in recognizing September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Franklin, Tennessee. So are there any miscellaneous reports tonight?
I'd like to just make a comment, if I could, Mr. Mayor, and a number of our guests visiting us tonight stepped out, but I do want to highlight, the city's got a lot of information about how we work and how our, especially our wastewater treatment functions happen here at the city. We have detailed information about our integrated water resource plan. In fact, the entire plan is available for review. I'd urge you to go look at that. We've also got frequently asked questions. We distilled a number of these elements down to things that are very clear, common questions that we get. includes our performance against the permit standards. Permit standards are established to be protective of the receiving water, and our performance is exceptional compared to those permit standards, and I'd urge folks to look at that as well. We've also got the presentation we made to this body in March that is a summary of the 23-page response that we provided to the Harpeth River Watershed Association in response to their concerns that they expressed at the first of the year. So there's a lot of information out there. We're here every day. If you have questions and you want to come see us, we're glad to sit down and answer them for you. And we're open in terms of how we operate and what we do and the kind of planning we're doing for the long-term viability of our community and of our river. And I just wanted to offer that to folks and be aware and look at the information that's out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman McClendon.
I received, when I got here, a package from the Harpeth River Watershed Association, including their complaint for declaratory and injunctive relief and for civil penalties, as well as a lot of propaganda. I'll be looking that over carefully. You know, it occurs to me that the Harpeth River Watershed has gone out of its way to advise that any penalties would not be paid to the Harpeth River Watershed Association. Rather, they would be paid to the government. But on page 51 of the complaint filed, I guess, yesterday by the Harpeth River Watershed Association, the Harpeth River Watershed Association at paragraph 200 demands that the court order an award of litigation costs, including reasonable attorney's fees and expert witness fees. Well, if you want to be a white knight and a do-gooder, waive that. Strike that demand. Don't go tell people that you're not in it to get fines and fees awarded to the Harpeth River Watershed Association. I know that you can't. If you really want to be a white knight, do it without asking for fees and expert witness funds and all that. Then come back and tell me you're a white knight.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 9, the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are deemed to be non-controversial and routine in nature by the governing body, and they will be approved as recommended by committee or staff by one motion of the governing body. Tonight, we're considering items number 18 through 32.
Move to approval.
Appropriate motion,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Berger. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes unanimously. Item number 10, this is a public hearing. Consideration of ordinance 2014-18 to be entitled an ordinance to rezone 77.7 acres from general commercial to specific development variety district for the property located at the southeast corner of East McEwen Drive and Carruthers Parkway. Would anyone like to speak to this body? If not, I would declare the public hearing closed and entertain a motion for approval.
Move for approval. Second.
Appropriate motion seconded by Alderman Bransford. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes unanimously. Item number 11, reconsideration of Resolution 2014-51, a resolution approving a development plan for the Williamson County Performing Arts and Enrichment Center's PUD subdivision located at 1236 Columbia Avenue relative to modification of standards. Last time we voted to approve this, but we failed to vote on the modification of standards. So I would like for us to go through each modification of standard and vote, please. So I'd entertain a motion. Alderman Barnhill.
I would make a motion to deny modification of standards. Number 1, the planting strip width, and that is based upon staff recommendations of denial.
Is there a second?
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I think that means unanimously, since some people failed to say. Now we'll consider modification standard number 2. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve. That request is to modify the Columbia Avenue Overlay District minimum building width requirement to allow a structure up to 17 feet in width. Staff recommended approval. I will make a motion to approve modification of standard number 2.
And if I could correct you, that's maximum rather than minimum.
That is
building
maximum.
width. So, is there a second? Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Modification standard number 3, roof slope. I would entertain a motion.
I will make that motion also based upon staff recommendation, request to modify Columbia Avenue Overlay District roof slope requirements to allow roof slope of 4 to 12.
Appropriate motion, seconded by Alderman Bransford. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Next is modification standard 4, non-residential architecture.
Make a motion to approve modification of standards number 4, request to modify Columbia Avenue Overlay District requirement to allow non-residential structures to not resemble residential building types. Staff recommended approval.
Appropriate motion,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Martin. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Modification standard number 5, siding.
I would make a motion to approve modification of standard number 5, request to modify Columbia Avenue Overlay District wood siding and fibrous cement siding requirement to allow brick veneer in lieu of wood or cement siding. Staff recommended approval on that one also.
Is there a second? Second by Alderman Skinner. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 12, consideration ordinance 2014-16, an ordinance to annex a portion of the Ingraham property consisting of 61.01 acres located on the property at 1401 Clovercroft Road, establishing a public hearing for September the 23rd, 2014.
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Open for discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 13, consideration ordinance 2014-17, an ordinance to zone 60.01 acres specific development residential for a portion of the property located at 4101 Clovercroft Road, establishing a public hearing for September the 23rd, 2014.
Move for approval.
Appropriate motion,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Blanton. Any
I'm
discussion?
not going to say anything. I figured it was important.
Alderman McClendon?
First reading. I'm going to support this to get it to a hearing. I make no commitment one way or the other regarding how I might vote going forward.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 14, consideration resolution 2014-57, a resolution of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for the City of Franklin adopting a 5-year rate plan and 5-year financial plan for the water and sanitary sewer utility funds fiscal year 2015 through fiscal year 2019, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion?
Just to clarify, Mr. Mayor, what had been recommended and seemed like a consensus from the committee and the board at work session was the 5-year approach on the rates as opposed to a 4-year and a shorter term rate schedule.
More of a level
Yeah,
rate
the
increase
spread
rather
over
than...
5 years as opposed to do it as
Exactly.
it's needed or a 4-year.
Jump in the middle.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Any other
Just wanted to
discussion?
clarify.
Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Number 15, acknowledge emergency use of funds for the emergency sanitary sewer interceptor repair performed on the Harpeth River Interceptor in the vicinity of 109 South Margin Street with civil constructors in the amount of $691,676. City of Franklin contract number 2014-0131 with Smith Seckman Reed in the amount of $14,900. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Alderman Martin wants to recuse himself.
You're just acknowledging the acceptance. You're not approving anything. But that's fine if you want to recuse yourself. I just want to clarify, you're just accepting a report
just
on
forgot that
repairs
was
that
in
were
there.
done under emergency authorization.
Was there a motion?
First, second.
Second, okay, got it. Mr. Parker?
I'd like to clarify, I believe we have a mistake on the SSR. I believe it's 14,950. So if you can just have that noted that we will verify that number, but I believe that contract was a total of $14,950.
Get a 900, 950.
Okay, is that acceptable in
That's
your
acceptable to
motion?
me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose?
Not opposed, I'm just gone,
You're recused.
sleeping.
So it passes 6 with 1 recusal. Next is number 16, nomination for pension committee appointment, nominating Howard Ragsdale.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Number 17, consideration nomination of representative from the African American Heritage Society for the Battlefield Preservation Commission. And
Move for approval?
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's important. Yeah.
Already
Alma McLemore to represent that group, and so,
I'll second his first, now that we know the name.
okay, now that you,
She's qualified.
so any discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes unanimously. I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
I don't know if Elma's.
Thanks for everybody that stuck around.
Both of you.
Any matters to be considered from executive session?
No.
Seeing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Slide on second. Get her done.